Amidst in the emptiness of this world lays alone a monument valley in the middle of what you would call the nothingness. Monument Valley, made by Dat.Good. This is a Dat.Good map, if you ask me. So, snipers only on this scenario. Why snipers? Well, we're going to have a bit of a tough time when it comes to other towers and being able to reach both sides when it comes to starting in a CHIMPS scenario. So this is why we're going to be doing a snipers only scenario today. Obviously, we're going to put you on strong so that hopefully the balloons won't make it to the other side. And there is a particular topic that I'd like to discuss in this video today. But we're going to talk about this map first because this is an absolutely stunning map. It's said by the map creator that it took about 3 hours or more in order to create this map, and I'm not surprised why. There's so many little intricate details here and there. I absolutely love it when I look at a custom map and it's like, this could be a official map just because of how wonderfully detailed it is. Just everything from this little waterfall coming down here to all of the different vines that are growing on here. It definitely is a very naturistic kind of map to it, while at the same time having a man-made presence here with the wood structure here and the different marbles or something along those lines here as well. So a very, very good job to the map creator of this particular custom map. Now, to the topic at hand in which I want to discuss today, because this is something that I've seen time and time again, but just for some odd reason this time it kind of irks me a little bit. And I'll say a little, I mean a moderate amount, because we all have our own different voices, and unfortunately when it comes to a day of age where artificial intelligence is taking over the roles of what people would normally do. So let's say, for example, the Industrial Revolution. Yes, we're going off tangent here, but it's another example of replacing people with machines in order to serve a function on a day-to-day basis. Now, this is going to be another one of those scenarios where people will be replaced with machines of sorts, and in this case, it's artificial intelligence. Let's get to shrapnel shots so we can deal damage to more than just one balloon. And sometimes the only comment I get from people at times is your voice AI? I'm just going to say this out and right now, my voice is not AI. I have never had the intentions of using AI. I'm not smart enough as a person to use AI in order to be able to help me actually do anything. And even if I was intelligent enough, I would use it on something that would actually help both myself and other people out there. It's not just a self-fulfilling, self-helping purpose of only thinking about myself when it comes to these scenarios of, well, as long as I'm having fun, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other people think or feel. As long as I'm having fun, it doesn't matter what the other person down the road who is looking for an art commission but can't because they're being replaced by AI is going through. And that, unfortunately, is just something that society is delving into nowadays. It's just people don't care about one another. People would rather just have their own self-indulgences fulfilled, even if that means just with machines doing that very thing for them. And that's just something that we are all just sort of accepting, unfortunately. We're just accepting it because people have invented this sort of thing. It's like Pandora's box has already been folded wide open for everybody to see. It is more folded open than Boris 19 is, inflicted around the world. I'm not saying the actual word, but you know what I'm talking about here. It was unleashed in 2019, 2020, and we all had to stay indoors for a lot. Some of us, it was a dream. For most of us, it was absolute hell. And for people who are affected by it, obviously, directly or indirectly, it was a hell of some kind. For me personally, it definitely was that. But I just really dislike it when people are just thinking nowadays that because for some odd reason I have a voice that kind of sounds very monotone, that people just think, is your voice AI? Is your voice AI, SpongeBob? Is your voice AI? You know, can AI do different impressions of people, or do they just sound exactly the same but just with different words? That's just what I'm trying to go across here, and for me, honestly, I think content creators should be able to express how they're feeling rather than just keeping it reserved in order to keep a brand reputation constantly ongoing. And that sort of thing is really annoying when people say, well, you're a content creator, you're supposed to be apolitical, or a this, or a that, you're not supposed to pick a side. Well, doesn't that just mean that we're all exactly the same then? That we have to keep our mouths hushed and just create content as if we're a AI that only knows one thing? No, we are living, breathing people as well as you are who are watching right now. We are all too similar. The differences that we have is our own individual experiences, and from the fact that we are all different people. I think some people forget that and just think that content creators are all exactly the same. They are just content creating factories of atomic, no emotion, nothing along those lines. It's just, you have to create. It doesn't matter what you're feeling right now. You have to create. Doesn't matter what you feel right now. Doesn't matter if you're on the edge of despair. It doesn't matter if you are like this or if you're like that. You have to content create because I expect you to do so. I expect you to do this for me. And when I make a request, I expect you to respond to me within a second or so. Otherwise, you are ignoring me or something along those lines. And I don't mean to obviously be overly negative, but unfortunately, this is just one of those scenarios where, okay, I've had enough of receiving this kind of comment, and anybody else who makes this kind of comment is just going to go straight in the mute bin or the ban bin or anything along those lines. Because when I set out for this channel is to provide content in which people enjoy. But unfortunately, when it comes to that kind of stuff, sometimes it does involve some sacrifices when it comes to me personally, and then along with you who is watching it, as to like, well, are you enjoying what I'm putting out or not? And I'm sorry to the map content creator if you're watching this and it's just like, this is the only topic that is going on at this given point in time. I do apologize about that, but I'm just so annoyed that we are in this continuous perpetual cycle nowadays where people just think that the only thing that has come out of a content creator or come out of a creator in general is artificial intelligence, because people have the idea that everything nowadays is just automatically generated without a single human thought process, because the new thing nowadays is people being replaced by AI. You see it in the gaming industry time and time again as the days go by. More and more people getting laid off. It's not the fact that companies are in a financial pickle, it's because they want to look to save as much money as possible, even though they've already got billions in the bank, by replacing people with artificial intelligence. And that is just incredibly sad. Very sad that people only ever care about themselves, about the fact that people are too self-absorbed nowadays to only ever consider what it is that is most important to them, without any kind of beneficial consideration for others out there. Like me right now, you could say that this is, in a way, a conversation that is entirely orbited around me. You are both correct and incorrect, because this is something that I imagine that other content creators with a deep, low-tone voice are also going through. It's the fact that they feel that they are dehumanized because people feel that their voice is artificial intelligence rather than an actual human being behind the voice itself. So I just wanted to get that out there, because I am annoyed. Like, this is like the one time where I read this conversation, it's like, no, I have to say something about this. I don't care if this gives me a bit of a negative rep. I need to get this out. And if you hold something within a bottle for too long, you're going to end up having that bottle fizzle out of it, because it's just full. It's too full. It can't hold any more. It's like a sponge. You can't give it any more water than it can actually hold. But unfortunately, that is just the case in this scenario. I am a person that is really into human interactions and human, like, integrity and all that. And when it's just coming down to the boiled hard fact that people just think that everything is artificial intelligence, or the fact that people just feel that people should be replaced with artificial intelligence for a more, I don't know, lazier life, a more perfect life where there's less human involvement. Because I think the grand adventure of life itself is involved with you being able to do the things that you want to do because you put the physical effort into it. And you entirely remove that if you are too reliant and too self-absorbed by AI itself. And when you happen to rely too much on AI, you become self-complacent. And that self-complacency leads to a scenario like, let's say, Terminator. People would think, bloody hell, Flair, honestly, really? Terminator? You think AI is going to be self-aware and cause a apocalypse to every single kind of life form, including human beings? And I'd say that the prospect of that is more likely than you think. And the fact that we, as a society, are going down this route just means that we don't care about the consequences of our own actions. I'm not against progression in the human race. I'm against what kind of progression that happens. And this is more of a de-escalation than an escalation towards anything that would actually provide any benefit to society. I would say, honestly, to me, the only benefit that AI could possibly contribute is in the medical field, where like doctors are working 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 hours a day of constantly looking after people. And there is always human error when it comes to, let's say, an operation. And what AI does in order to combat that, it removes that human error, but at the same time, it's still programmed by a human, so therefore if an error does come up, then it is up to a human error still at the end of the day. But if that programming is quote-unquote perfect, and there are not any faults in it whatsoever, then that is how things are going to go, unfortunately. But I think there is definitely some benefit to it, but it's down to how it's used and the motive of how it's used. Is it used to benefit society, or is it used to remove others from society because they no longer have a place because their profession has been stripped away because of AI itself? So yeah, I need to get all of that out there. So now, this scenario. We've got ourselves a main Moab, a elite sniper, and elite defender. We are going to go for the Axis of Havoc because main Moab is kind of necessary in an all sniper scenario because, well, you're going to need to have that extra damage on board, and I'm honestly feeling that round 95 and round 98 are going to be absolute pickles in order to try and deal with, honestly. Like, just the sheer amount of balloons around 98, and because of how DDTs operate, it's just going to be a grand old time when it comes to this sort of scenario. Those regrows were a little bit worrying, I'm not going to lie. So we're going to get ourselves the Cripple Moab, and then we're going to go from there. AI is a crippling thing to society. It's just that people don't have the foresight and only live in the now, just like, I don't know, any kind of being that only ever sees what's in front of them rather than what's far in front of them. We're not playing 4D chess, we're just playing 2D chess, sorry. Ah, dear. The wonders of life, honestly. It feels like we're always on a never-ending cycle of just absolute self-indicant either discovery of things out there, or just a self-indicant discovery of what might cause our own downfall. Now 79, here it is. Triple Moab 10k away, a bunch of regrowers trying to consider that's on first. Okay, they're on first, which is good. Crowd control. What is better, Elite Defender or Elite Sniper? Well, with a bouncing bullet aspect, I definitely think that Elite Sniper has some leeway over Elite Defender. Obviously, with Shrapnel Shot, Elite Defender can hit more than one target with a bullet because of a shrapnel aspect. Let's see. Round 80, we've got ourselves a wonderful ZOMG here. As you may notice, there's not going to be like any kind of edits within the video itself. There's no like cutouts here and there because this is both an admiration video for this particular map in general because it's absolutely beautiful. But just like near the beginning to the middle aspect of this video, obviously it was talked about, well, the main topic of the video today. But I absolutely love this map. It looks so gorgeous. Let's see, we can afford Cripple Moab on round 81. We have the Axis of Havoc here. But what else are we going to place down? Well, I do want more. Okay, we're going to put you on camo so that you're always targeting DDTs. We want more 420s. That's going to be the first order of business here. We need some means of being able to control the amount of DDTs that are going absolutely haywire on the map. Our success or our failure all depends on DDTs. And as you may notice here, I put middle paths up here, top paths here, and bottom paths here. Kind of like, there's 3 different tiers to this map because I think there's like 3 different floors to this map. Soon we're going to get ourselves a second main Moab. There's a lot of things with my voice actually. I stutter a lot. And I don't think a person would program an AI in order to have stutter because, well, stuttering is something that is not, well, a thing that you would want to implement into a program. You don't want any kind of shortcomings into a program at all. You want your programming to be perfection without fault or anything like that. Round 86, a bunch of fortified BFBs. I think I've said it in a few other videos, but round 92 in some cases can be stupidly deadly because of the amount of fortified Moabs on the field. Like that amount of RBE in a Moab fast like that is really deadly at times. Gonna get ourselves a main Moab very, very soon here. Well, technically third one. One of them's just a more beefed up version. And it can also inflict, well, enable other towers, sorry, including so possibly to do more damage. And that's another spicy aspect about that. We're going to put another one here, actually. And I think this is going to be our last of the top path snipers. We're going to put one more middle, like, tier sniper up here. I think we're going to go with 2-3 or 2-4. And then we're going to focus the rest of our money on bottom tier snipers in order to inflict more damage to these ceramics. Because honestly looking a little bit worrying right now, especially the super fortified ones. Like, they are really taking a while in order to pop. So, DDTs. Oh, I forgot to put you on camo. And you on camo. I'm going to put you on strong, actually. Give you a little bit of different priority. Actually, I'm going to put you on last. So we can stun multiple DDTs at any given point in time. What about you? We'll put you on close, actually. And we're going to also prioritize camo as well. Mainly for DDTs, that's why we have them like that. Just so that we're always going at it with the DDTs. Round 91. This is a very long map, by the way, both sides. But still, you don't want to be too complacent in this scenario. Keep on going. Excellent. Yeah, some of them are being stopped over here. And that's why having different targeting priorities at times can be very important. Just so that you're always hitting at different targets. And in this case, you are maiming different Moab class balloons here rather than always hitting the same one if all of them are on strong. There is main Moab there. Okay, we're going to get ourselves... I do want large caliber. DDTs. Oh, keeping them in blazers. Brilliant. Large caliber. I think we might just settle with a bouncing bullet, to be honest. We want another means of chucking bullets about. You see, look at these fortified ceramics. They're so annoying. They take so many bullets to remove from existence. I have no idea what to say about this entire scenario. See, I can change my voice at times. For the majority of the time, I don't want to exhaust my throat, okay? Alright. bottom tier snipers for some horde, well, additional horde cleanup. I don't think we're going to make it to that point there. Let's just get ourselves the night vision goggles and the shrapnel to be able to hit the regrowth ceramics that come out from the DDTs. For some other reason, one of the sides were completely clear, but this one, nope, none whatsoever. Let's see, semi-automatic, we're going to go full auto rifle. And I believe we're going to have ourselves a very interesting round 95 here. Let's see. Yeah, the DTs are a bit of a menace, not gonna lie. Look at how far they're getting down to the bottom. Oh my god. First. Okay, I need you on first. I need you on first. Yeah, putting you on first is more important right now. Just to take care of the DEDs. They're fast, slippery buggers that like to make their way to the end of the track as quickly as possible. That's the only reason of their existence. And because of the fact that I've given them the shark skin, you know you're gonna die. It may as well look like you are about to die. With the appeal of a predator gnawing at your hopes. Semi-automatic again. Keep on going. Look at all of these beloved fishies swimming in the sea of nothingness, being completely shot to oblivion by all of these snipers here. I mean, scrapyards, you can do a few tower type chimps with just snipers, but it just matters on like what tier 4s you put down, because I think all tier 5s are very important, like very, 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 very important. But when it comes down to the tier 4s or tier 3s you put down, they are also very important. Yeah, round 97 is going to be a doddle, honestly. Just keep them in place. There's no hope for there. Yeah, going to keep you on strong. Not going to mess around with that scenario right there. But yeah, about earlier, I'm really worried about like society in general just devolving into forever compliance and reliance with AI, just because it's the new thing on the block, and there are people out there that are only religious in a way about new things, and when that new thing comes about, it's far more important than what they have in front of them. Also, just gonna use this ability right now. Does nothing, but it just feels nice to have anyways. Well, round 98. This is really cool at the moment. Oh my god, the right hand side is looking very dangerous. I'm gonna need you all to try and hold it in place, please. Please. Please, with a sugar on top. Come on, full auto. Full auto action. Keep on going. Okay, that is beloved. Okay, that is the last round in which I'm worried about. So, fortified DETs. Well, unlike round 95, there's fewer numbers of them, and because they're all still in place, that's all good. Okay, round 100, all these X's appearing. That is for cripple Moab's effects come into play here. Or is it denying that? I don't know now. Maybe it's just me. There we go. And that is a snipers only Monument Valley, with a bit of a roundabout topic, which I feel like we should all have some kind of consideration on board going into the future. So that, folks, is Monument Valley, made by Dat.Good. Please, by all means, check it out for yourself. It is an absolutely gorgeous map. I didn't go into all of the details of this map because I feel like art is in the eye of the beholder, and sometimes you get to see more things a second glance around than you would in your first glance. Like, for me, I like collecting Pokemon cards, like 8th edition, sorry, 8th generation, 9th generation, and some were like alternate art cards. It's like, I didn't notice this feature was here the first time around when I looked at it, but on the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time, it's like, oh, I never noticed that. So thank you all so much for watching. If you're still here, then thank you ever so much for being here. You were all absolutely awesome. You are definitely not artificial intelligence watching, but the algorithm in some cases is definitely AI. There's no such thing, unfortunately, nowadays as a world without AI, but I think it's always how you use something and the motive behind it that is far more important than the tool itself. Like, imagine a nuclear bomb. Like, if you just leave it there, don't do anything with it, it's not going to cause anyone any harm, but it's how you use it and if you use it, and then it's gonna be very deadly. For me, it's like, if you strip the motive away, you remove the action itself, because the action itself would not be in place because there was a motive to do so. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you thought of this video down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, everybody.